Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to today's School's Best Practices of Experiential Learning as a part of Education Today, Society Tomorrow ETST initiative. This is a series about learning from the lived experiences of schools, sharing practices that help education stay rooted in values and connected to life. Today, we are delighted to feature Agile Shala from Bangalore. Agile Shala offers a transformative pedagogy which blends agile principles, neuroscience, and experiential learning to create environments where every child can flourish. Neuroscience shows that learning is most effective when it is emotionally engaging, socially connected, and self directed. Guided by these insights, Agile Shala enables learners to set their own goals, pursue projects that spark curiosity, and reflect continuously on their growth. The experiential curriculum emphasizes doing, exploring, and collaborating rather than rote memorization. Agile practices like sprints, iterations, and feedback loops ensure adaptability and resilience. Over time, children evolve into self directed learners who take ownership of their journey, not only excelling academically but also developing leadership, problem solving, and creative confidence. Agile Shala has already demonstrated that when children are trusted, supported, and given the right kind of environment, they rise as responsible, confident individuals capable of shaping their own futures. So, yes, we welcome you. Thank you for presenting your work here today. We are excited to hear about the wonderful work that you are doing. The stage is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Nimrod. Uh, a very good evening to all of you. Uh, so we have some of our community members who are attending the session. I think few more will be joining. And I have Dr. Nagashri and Shrikara Mahishi with me who have been the co-founders of the Learning Center. And yeah, I think we'll begin with a short prayer. We have recorded the prayer that children pray during the beginning of the day in one of the centers. So I would like to share the screen and we can listen to the prayer before we begin. So that is the Mysore anthem. Karnataka was before the state of Mysore. And this is a small prayer to Parvati uh, to protect the king and the citizens of the state. And we start our day in the physical centers with this prayer. So we thank all of you for giving this opportunity to share our journey. Please do feel free to interact, and we are used to having interactive sessions with children, so we would be happy to have an interactive session with all of you. I will just present this. So, Agile Shala is our experiential journey on how to learn, learning how to learn, and with a vision of transforming the way we learn. So, I would like to begin with a story that is very familiar to all of us. It's about a child called Ajay, a 6-year-old, very smart child who loves exploring everywhere. We would all have, we were those toddlers before, and we have seen many toddlers who love exploring and learning from the world around us. This is he's a smart child, so the parents, once he comes to the age of schooling, they start looking at good schools for the kid. They put him into a very good top school in the city, and he's a smart child, so he does really well. He's taught to stand in queues. He's taught to be obedient in the class. He's taught to raise hand before he talks. He flares really well because, as I told, every child is smart, and he was smart academically in the regular school also. So he did really well. He topped the exams, and then the question that when we enter ninth, 10th grade, the question that bothers everyone, what to do next? He was not able to think what he can do next. So he started asking people he knows around, his teachers, friends, family, what is the best to do? So based on the opinion poll, whoever suggested the best, he took up the course. He went to the university again. He topped very well, did very well. He got placed in a very good company. So it was now that he had to give a presentation to his manager about some of the projects they were working on. So he went to his manager and he gave a beautiful presentation on what can be done, how the project can be designed. The manager told, can you come up with some new idea? Can you think out of the box? Can you think innovatively so that we can really make a difference in the project that we are going to execute? Now was the problem. Over the years, he was put inside a box. The walls of the box were so thick by the time he actually graduated. Now we were asking him to come out of the box, think out of the box. Till then, he was a very good, obedient student who followed rules, stood in lines. But now, how to think outside the box, how to come out of this box. I think most of us in the society have been in this box. Some of us are still trying to come out of the box. Some of us have somehow managed to come out of the box. And very few have not been put inside a box. So if we didn't have to study inside a box, think inside a box, if we could actually explore the world around us, learning about it with curiosity, experience the world around us and learn about it, integrate all the subjects that we learn about and see why it actually matters, understand the purpose of the education or the schooling that we receive. If Ajay was allowed to actually be outside the box, then the story would have been really different. So if we could just integrate everything that we learn about the world with real life experiences. If learning was a continuous process, not confined to a classroom, but wherever we are learning. That's how nature has designed us. but we usually think we learn only in a classroom when there's a teacher around us. So if learning was a continuous process, then life of Ajay would have been a different story today. So can this dream be a reality? It definitely can be a reality if we can really think outside the box for a solution. Right? I recently read in one of the books that when man moved from geocentric belief that the earth is center of the universe to heliocentric model that the sun is the center of the universe, a lot of people lost their lives. Took hundreds years to actually start talking about sun as the center of the universe. That solved so many anomalies that they were observing with the geocentric model. It was possible when we really thought differently. We couldn't keep the earth in the center and then start tweaking. It was not working. It was only when all the beliefs were removed and we brought in a new idea, things started working. So Agile Shala is actually trying to bring in such a system in education. So the main pain points that we are addressing, I want to define the why of Agile Shala before we tell you what we do it and how we do it. So the main pain point that we are addressing is the rat race. I think there is no need for me to talk about it. It's all around us. Uh, you know, everywhere, every child we meet, there is some or the other category in which the child or an adult is, can relate to in the current society. So that is the main pain point that we are addressing. The reason for this pain point is the neglect of that organ that actually learns. I keep telling we listen to our stomach very well because the stomach immediately responds, right? It's not resilient at all. If you put in something it doesn't like, it immediately puts it out and makes very clear statement that, see, this doesn't work for me. Don't put that in again. But our brain doesn't do that. It is a highly resilient organ and it shouts for help. No one listens and it adjusts, and then we start neglecting the most important control coordinating center of our body, that is the brain. The solution for this would be to find neuroscience and psychology based solutions, understand how the brain learns, and then adapt those strategies so that we have the right balance of mind, brain, and education. The second pain point that we are trying to address is the art of learning, right? That is the pedagogy. This is the current status in most of the classrooms. I expect you all to be independent, innovative, critical thinkers who will do exactly as I say. And this statement, I think, speaks more than what I can try to explain and do justice. So this is what we are trying to do, put in a box and ask them to come out of the box. We can really bring a change if we allow curiosity-driven, intrinsically motivated exploration, which can create magic in our life. The third pain point is the whole profession of teaching learning, right? As this comic states, most of people think that a teacher's job is taken up by people who didn't have anything else to do in life and they can't make any living out of it. So it's a last resort. So we want to create good and
I'm
what it
sorry to interrupt you, ma'am, but you are only on slide one till now. Only slide
oh,
one is visible.
is it?
Your
Uh,
PPT is not working, ma'am. Yeah.
oh, I'm so sorry. I had a lot of
I think
unpleasant.
since it's in the presentation mode, it
Okay.
might be causing the problem. So
Second.
if you can just, yeah, just
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's changed.
Um, that's
No problem,
okay.
ma'am. No
Thank you.
problem.
Thank you for for telling that.
It's
I
happened.
will just I think I will share the whole screen and then I should have confirmed after starting the presentation.
That's absolutely fine, ma'am. Please don't get worried about that. Yeah.
No, I have absolutely no problem.
Yeah, it happens.
Yes. Okay, so the whole idea is to bring in curiosity-driven learning and learning not for the sake of the fear or of the teacher or the parents, but learning because the child wants to learn, because of that intrinsic motivation, not because of the external rewards that are promised when a child scores well in the exam. So, and the third pain point that I was mentioning was the teacher profession that is not valued, and we all, most of them think that we don't do anywhere good anywhere else, so they end up becoming a teacher. So how to bring in all those passionate teachers and create opportunities for them to really make a difference in the learning process. So our vision is to nurture and develop an agile mindset in children so that they grow into happy learners who can learn, unlearn, and relearn, adapting with ease with the ever-changing world. So the name Agile Shala, the agile mindset forms the heart of our program. We will be understanding how we have tried to bring in the practice of agile mindset. So what Agile Shala is doing is bringing the mind-brain education in balance, mindset through the practice of Agile mindset, neuroscience-based pedagogical practices, and a curriculum which is integrated with multiple intelligences, which is experiential, and which is suitable for a differentiated classroom, like the famous Albert Einstein cartoon goes around everywhere. Now we have elephant, an ant, and a fish, everything, all of them are trying to take the same exam, right? So how to make it experiential and suitable for differentiated learning, this is where we have been working in the past 6 years. So the main goal is to evolve our learners into self-directed, intrinsically motivated, and curious learners. So when we say agile is the heart of the program, what does agility actually mean? Agility is adapting gracefully to changes. Like a lot of things happen against our plan. Like morning we get up with a proper plan in mind, and then the first plan goes bad, something happens, and then we feel that the day doesn't go well at all. So if we have an agile mindset, then we will be able to actually understand, have the presence of mind, understand the situation, reprioritize things, and see to that that particular disturbance in the morning will not affect our day throughout, and we can get the best out of the day. This is a simple definition of agility, right? And in learning, we have been using agile principles in learning management. So basically, children plan their day, then they reflect what went well, what didn't go well, and then what they can do to improve, which happens on a daily basis. And then what they learn. So children can define what they learn. They can direct their own learning and adapting the curriculum to every learner in the group. That is creating the differentiated learning environment and understanding that each child's priorities are different. So we will have to give space for that. And most importantly, in facilitation, when we facilitate learning in our environments, we always have to remember that I'm trying to tell something, but what the other person understands will depend on so many things. So there was a simple activity that had a real impact on me, that was conducted by Vishwas Parachure in one of the conferences we attended. So he asked everyone to close their eyes. There were 300 odd people in the auditorium. He said, close your eyes, I will tell a word and you have to tell me what came into your mind. So he asked everyone to close your eyes and then he said, flower. 300 people imagine different flowers. Some of them imagine sunflower, some of them rose, jasmine, some even imagine honeybees. There was also the pictures that came into their mind. So that shows that the word that came out, just one word, had so many extracts. It had a different level of impact on each person based on where they're coming from, their likes, dislikes, their experiences. So when we are facilitating learning and we are discussing, we may have something in mind and we may be pointing out. For example, I may have the flower rose in my mind and explaining the anatomy of a flower to the child, but the child may be thinking of another flower which is completely different, say sunflower. So again, the understanding and experience will be different. So this is a very important aspect of agility that is required in the teaching learning process. So to bring this in practice, these are all fine, very nice to hear and talk about, but how can we bring it in practice? So we have defined the learning cycles in Agile Shala as 2-month-long cycles. And each cycle, each month has a theme, phenomenon that is taken up. It can be any phenomenon, right? Light and shadows, or motion, movement, or how our body works, or a country as a phenomenon, different aspects around us that is chosen as a phenomenon. And the first week of the process, the children get to do work on self-exploration based projects. So Monday morning, they will have some 10 options, mini projects that are suggested for them. There will be no classes, no guidance until unless they ask for help. So they pick up one or more questions and they start exploring. By Saturday, they're ready for a presentation. A 5-minute slot is given to the child and the child will share how whatever they explored in that 5 days, in those 5 days. No mock presentations, nothing. It's a raw presentation that the child has prepared. And when they need help, they get help only if they ask for help. This is a important skill we want children to develop. They should know when to ask for help, whom to ask for help, how to ask for help, right? How to frame it, how to express. These are soft skills they learn along with it. Following this week of exploration, we have 3 weeks of subject-based learning, where again, in each subject, it's experiential activities that are given as learning goals for children related to the theme, but they will be looking at through the lens of the different subjects, like through science, through social studies, through math, or languages where we integrate, they can learn the vocabulary related to it, etc. So this whole week also, children are not taught before they learn. They are given Monday morning, they get the learning goals with a set of assignments, with questions that will help guide them through their exploration. And we have only 2 interactive sessions in a week when group joins in online. So this is a blended program. So our students can be virtually attending from their houses, or they can come to our centers and attend from there. So these interactive sessions happen online, where in 40 minutes, there's an interaction, not a class, an interaction where the subject matter expert, the facilitator, will interact with the children and try to inspire them about that topic, try to clarify their doubts, solve misconceptions through question and answers, through interaction. So then next month follows. So in between, we have some self-assessments, monthly, at the end of the cycle, very short, half an hour, 45 minutes long assessment where the children themselves will answer the quizzes. But this is just like a feedback loop. Agility is to look back and see how, reflect and see where I stand, what I need to do. So the children reflect their journey, facilitators reflect how much they were able to create a positive learning environment, and then the next theme starts. So At the end of the learning cycle, children attempt an open book assessment. They can refer any book, any notes, but what we are checking is their comprehension, application, and innovation or creative thinking. So I have been talking, so I will pause for a minute and let us listen to Sarvagna, Sankalp, and Samarth, who are brothers who attend our program from Hyderabad. They are virtual uh, participants of our program. So they're going to share about Phenomenon Week.
Sarvagna. I've been studying in Agile Shala since 2021 and now I'm in grade 6. So, the Phenomenon Week is a week after 3 normal weeks of academics where we are given a sheet with around 10 questions. Those questions are based on one specific topic or phenomenon. We can choose any 2 questions and work on it. Hi, I'm Sankalp and I'm also from grade 6. Let me tell you more about the Phenomenon Week. In some of the questions, we do hands-on activities which help us learn better by seeing the phenomena happen in real time. For example, in the last Phenomenon Week, the topic was mixtures and solutions. In that, we learned how we can use items from the kitchen like baking soda and vinegar to make old brass and copper items shine.
Hi everyone, my name is Samarth and I'm studying in grade 8. In the Phenomenon Week, we have some other questions which are research questions where we have to research a lot on it. You can showcase it through a PowerPoint presentation or chart or a video or some other creative means. And you showcase it through the open house which is held on Saturday and with every single student and mentor where you can showcase what you've been working on for the past week. The Phenomenon Week helps us learn independently and showcase what you have learned and retain it better.
So the integration of subjects, breaking those barriers between different subjects helps us think holistically to understand the real world problems and find a solution. So we have tried to bring in that integration in the content throughout. So we have one of our
Hi everyone, I'm
again. So we have options of virtual. Those students who come to physical centers and those students who opt to come to the center in a hybrid mode, like they attend virtually sometimes and they come to the center sometimes. So Aniket is
grade 6 student at Agile Shala. After 2.5 years, an 11-year-old grade 6 student at Agile Shala. After 2.5 years, I want to share what I love most. Agile Shala's assignments let us think outside the box, encouraging deep exploration beyond just the questions. In our weekly interactive sessions, we discuss freely and learn why things just work, not just the methods, ensuring real understanding. The nomad trips are amazing for experiential learning. We explored different cities. Recently, in Mysore, we delved into archaeology, even creating a backyard museum, uncovering hidden city secrets. I've also improved immensely in English and math. I also got a chance to participate in Katha workshops. Discussing assignments with friends is also a key part of the fun. These unique experiences and my personal growth are why I truly enjoy Agile Shala. Thank you.
Hi, I am Aniket's mother. What truly stands out for me is the experiential learning that Agile Shala provides. It genuinely encourages children to apply what they learn outside their academics as well. This isn't just surface level understanding. It's about making concepts a truly deep-seated part of how children think and learn. For example, my child Aniket has made significant progress in learning Samskrita and to a large extent mathematics. What's particularly remarkable is that these two areas are outside of the primary things that Agile Shala focuses on. This really highlights the comprehensive and holistic impact their approach has on a child's overall learning capacity. Even more, what I really feel is his ability to explore without fear or even hierarchy is quite noticeable. This kind of freedom is so vital. It truly allows us children to learn with pure joy. That for me is a big thing, and I really look forward to it in his learning. I really deeply appreciate what Agile Shala has done in this regard. I'm quite happy with this progress.
And this is Shrikant, Aniket's father. When we talk about effective education, what truly stands out about Agile Shala is their deep commitment to the experiential aspect of learning. They operate on the fundamental belief that education cannot be compartmentalized, and this philosophy is meticulously integrated throughout their curriculum. You see this action with their language assignments, for instance. Whether it's Kannada or Samskrita, these aren't just about learning grammar or vocabulary of the languages. They often weave in fascinating topics from chemistry or mathematics. This means the child spontaneously learns the language and grasps a new scientific or mathematical concept together effectively. So teaching them two things at once is a wonderful technique, we felt. Ajay Shala also excels at selecting day-to-day experiences that directly relate to aspects of science. Imagine a chemistry assignment where the topic is pickle making. Children are encouraged to think about what possible chemical reactions there could be when they start a pickle at home. Likewise, recently there was one assignment that encouraged the children to understand the process of soap making. It very beautifully nudged them towards understanding aspects of science that goes into day-to-day objects that we use. All this comes together beautifully in their learning experiences, and we are truly grateful for what this environment has brought to us. Thank you so much.
So that is the main foundation of the curriculum design at Agile Shala that we have really tried to bring in is the effective integration across the subjects, and everything is mapped with multiple intelligences. Which is the only curriculum that is available which is mapped with multiple intelligences. Multiple intelligences are different 8 intelligences that are there, like intrapersonal, interpersonal, natural, musical, logic, and math. Mapping with MI helps us bring in the different experiences in learning. So depending on their natural inclination, children will get motivated to explore the same concepts through different types of experiences. And when when around the concept, multiple experiences are created, the brain learns better because there is strong interlinking or the networking that happens between the brain cells. So there is always, whenever we talk about this, there is always this concern when we say children will first explore and come, when it's a new concept which they have never learned, and we ask them to explore, most of the adults get this doubt. Will they be able to do it? They don't know anything about it. From where will they start? What will they do? How will they understand? So the method of learning, which is discovery-based approach, is basically through exploration and followed by explanation, while direct instruction that usually happens in classrooms is the teacher explains and then that is followed by exploration. So when we talk about experiential learning or activity-based learning, most of the time, activity-based learning is done in the direct instruction mode. They will first teach, then we go to the lab or we go to the environment, to nature, and we try to prove whatever we learned. So what we follow, the experiential learning, is through discovery-based experiences. That is the true experiential learning. And for all those who have this doubt, this is a beautiful study conducted by Manu Kapoor. It's like done with hundreds of children, where they checked for the understanding of concepts from discovery-based practices and direct instruction-based practices. So you can see here the procedural knowledge is the procedural flow. Like I have to solve this problem, I know how to do it. I have a formula, I will follow it, I will do it. So I have the procedural clarity. I know the flow. That kind of questions, which is knowledge-based questions, are equally answered by both the types of learners. But when you move to the conceptual understanding of the topic and transfer is to apply whatever we understood in a new scenario, it's a significant difference in the level of learning of a child who has followed discovery-based approach and direct instruction. Though this path looks little difficult, we fail when we explore. We may not get the exact answer at the end of exploration. The explorative part triggers the brain, activates all the pre-learnings that we have, and then makes the brain understand the problem well. So when the explanation comes in, we understand it much better and we remember it locked down. So this there's a famous book called Productive Failure by Manu Kapoor, who has promoted this. It's a beautiful book I recently came across. I would advise for people who are interested in to read this book. So experiential learning is about all these things. Trying, you may not get it in the first round, but you actually will follow up with a success story. A scientific methodology, that is the logical reasoning, start from a question, hypothesis, and try to prove that hypothesis. Creation, analysis and evaluation, and then reflection. So these are few aspects of experiential learning that forms the core of any curriculum where we follow discovery-based approach. And this is about the curriculum, agile mindset. So what is that neuroscience-based pedagogy we were talking about? So neuroscience-based pedagogy involves different practices that are not well known, like focused versus diffused mode, spaced repetition, retrieval practices, interleaved practices, dual coding. I will not be able to bring in justice to any of these at one go, but I just wanted to bring in this lingo here so that it will, those who are curious can follow up and then go and learn about these practices. If we actually look at it, we will understand that whatever we were doing, thinking is the right way to learn, neuroscience has proven that it is not the right way to learn. We have to relook at the whole thing. But one important thing that stands out in our curriculum, pedagogy, is the focused mode to diffuse mode transition that helps learning. So we have Advika, who is going to share about how she uses this strategy.
I'm going to talk about how I got to like Pomodoros and why is it effective. So first is, what is the Pomodoro technique? First, you keep a 25 minutes timer and then you work with no disturbance, no talking to anyone. After that, you take a 5-minute break and then you can play or do whatever you want. How it helps, Pomodoro helps you focus a lot more when you do things, and also it will get more work done. Usually what I do a Pomodoro, then I go to play for 5 minutes, I come back, I finish my assignments.
I'm going to cut short it to save the time, but this is a method when we ask children that you have the freedom to learn, there is no classrooms where you sit and learn, they need to also understand the strategies to learn. Pomodoro technique is one strategy they use during the self-learning program. And because ours is a blended mode of learning, children travel, they attend concerts or tournaments, and still they can learn together because of the blended model. We have a borderless learning experience. They can be anywhere in the world, but they can still continue their learning with us. So,
Everyone, this is Advait,
I will just wind up in another 4-5 minutes max, and then we can open for questions. The children who come to the center, they have a routine set between 10:30 to 3:45. So the children have I will allow the children to tell how they work in the center.
This is Advait and I'm in the BSN center. Here learners range from 6 years to 14 years, and we start off the day with prayer where we thank the gods and create a line of focus and calm. Then we start meditation where we listen to a 10-minute audio track which lets us know what's happening in our body and creates a line of focus and confidence for learning.
Hello everyone, I am Sampath and I am 14 years old. So self-learning is a very interesting topic. So self-learning, it's not like you by heart something and just write it down in the exam and all that stuff. But self-learning is where you actually understand the topic, understand the subject, and then you go on and answer the questions you have to. So we start with exploration and then explanation. So exploration gives you a brief outline, and explanation gives you the coloring in it and the detailing. Yes, thank you.
So for the interactive sessions in the physical centers, we have computers set up in each room where we go and log in. So for example, you get stuck in an assignment and you need a help of a mentor. So you send them a mail and the teachers are just a mail away from you. They'll come online to help you out and clarify all your doubts. I'm Samantha and I'm 14 years old. So Scrum is when we update whatever we did in a day. So that is done through the Learn Barn. Learn Barn consists of backlogs, to-dos and dones. So this helps us organize our week and plan our tasks accordingly. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Arohi and I'm 14 years old. To keep our time, we must keep our surroundings clean, and that's why every day before leaving we sweep and mop the center so that we can start the next day fresh and clean. Thank you.
So basically, before leaving, we clean the place we have used and then we are ready for the next day. So as Samanvita was mentioning, we have something called Learn Band that the children practice, where they put up their to-dos and then they move the task that is in progress and they move it to done once it's done. They have the checklist, they track the pomodoros, the amount of time that they took. And every day in a 10-minute stand-up meeting, the children reflect on what went well, what didn't go well, and how they can improve. So this happens on a daily basis, and this is what brings in the responsibility of learning. Here, the learners take the ownership of their learning. We don't dictate what goes under to do on their board. So, and this is some things that their children have reflected that they actually learned through Scrum or the Learn Band practices. So one, they understood the time estimation, importance of extracurricular activities, breaking down larger tasks into smaller chunks, prioritizing work, understanding their strengths and weaknesses. So these are few things that children as young as 6 to 7 year olds have actually reflected. So we talk about blended program and the importance of learning being continuous. It's important that children get enough time to explore all the other interests. And this is where, with these two short sharings, I will be concluding the session, my presentation also, that the children have been able to balance and do much more than when they were going to a regular school.
Hello everybody, my name is Abhinav and I've been studying at Agile Shala for the past 1 year and I'm loving it. I've always been really passionate about music. So when I went to a traditional school, I never really got the time to practice properly. The thing I love about Agile Shala is its extreme flexibility, and that's the best part for me. All the sessions are recorded, so if I have to miss a couple of sessions for, let's say, a concert or a rehearsal, it's really convenient for me to go back and listen to the recordings, so that way I'm not missing out on anything that's been taught. The timetable is extremely customizable, and that makes it really easy for me to balance everything. Sometimes I have to travel for concerts around the exam time, and it really helps that they allow me to reschedule my exams. So this kind of support and flexibility really helps me balance my music and studies without any compromise.
Hello, I'm Aviram. Today I'll be talking about Agile Shala and how it's helped me. So, Agile Shala has helped me in many ways. So, now alongside the reading, the writing, the learning we do, I get to practice a lot of cricket. So now, as I've seen my friends, they either have to miss the class and come to cricket, or miss cricket and go to class. So unlike me myself, I do both. I do attend classes, and I do uh, attend my cricket.
So most of the children who are into sports or music, many a times they attend the interactive sessions from the guru's house when they're practicing and under rehearsals, when they're in the academy. From there itself they log in. So the learning is not compromised. There is agility, prioritizing and then working on that. So the whole thing, it's
Hello.
uh, you know complemented with our trips. So we call ourselves nomads, and we travel every 3 months once to different places. And I will allow the child to share, and with this we'll open for question and
My
answer.
name is Pranav Mahishi and I am studying in 6th grade. Nomads is a program where we learn while traveling to different places. While there, we learn about the different cultures and history of that place. In our wait. We also learn to be independent when things are not in our comfort zone and how to adapt. Like if there's no hot water. It's a fun way to get to do so many things at once. Meet with friends who might live in different states, learn about history and culture, and travel at the same time. I'd be devastated if I missed a nomad trip.
So through this whole experience, what we are trying to bring in is to allow a child to evolve from the taught what to do mode, in which the conventional learning has been rooted in, to learning how to learn and help them evolve into self-directed learners for life. Thank you all for listening to us. So we are open for question and answers. If anyone has any questions? So most of the families are here, but we thought it will save time and technical issues if we have it recorded. So the children recorded it and they were very excited to share their journey with all of you.
So, I don't have a question really. I just wanted to appreciate the work you're doing. I think it's a wonderful initiative of yours to be able to, integrate all this into your school curriculum. The fact that it's a blended learning school, I think that was, I found it most interesting. And also, of course, the pedagogy that you follow, I'm sure that too seems to be really appreciated by your students as well. And I'm glad we could hear their voices. Unfortunate that they weren't actually live. We would have liked to maybe question them.
So they're
But
here, you can ask them questions.
okay, they're here. But then even to them, I will say the same thing, that I'm really happy that they're enjoying themselves in school. And the fact that they're able to balance their music and sports with their studies, I think that is really admirable. Yeah, kudos to all of you. And I hope that many more students and teachers take away something from this particular session of ours. So thank you so much. And I hope we can be in touch even offline and see how we can maybe work together on something or the other.
Definitely. Love
yeah.
to. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. No questions from anyone? It was a very comprehensive presentation, I think, so no one has any questions.
So they need to enter a diffuse mode to process it. I crossed that.
A lot of it was maybe new to schools.
But it is very important that we start looking at these things which have been going on. So I would have loved to be a student at your school.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
We
Oh
are
my
all
God! I wish
students.
I
We are
wish I
all
was a
different, so we are all
student now
saying
in one of these schools. But it's
I can
great
tell
to
from
see, you know.
experience it's amazing.
Sorry.
I
Somebody
can
said
tell from experience it's amazing.
yes, yes, I can. I can see that from the videos we saw, and I'm glad you all joined in also. And nobody with questions? I think just appreciation from everyone.
I'd like to thank everyone. The main this starting story had some pictures which you all missed, but the main concern is that box that we are into, right? Coming out of that box. So instead of trying to come out of it, if we can be in the box. So for the adults in Agile Shala, the challenge is we have to break out of the box and we have to unlearn and then relearn. While for children, if they're not put into a box, that problem will not be there. They can put all their energies towards actual thinking and learning process.
Yeah, maybe my question to the students would be then, what are the challenges that they face in, going through this kind of process that you have? If anybody would like to share that. Do the students have any challenges?
I don't think there are any cons of this kind of methodology.
No, sorry, no concept of this methodology. So you are hesitant to start off on this new journey, is it?
No, there are no cons. There are only pros.
Oh, no cons. Okay. Okay, that's wonderful to know. So it's the teachers who have to, the teachers who have all the challenges to ensure that the students get the best
we
of
have
this
some couple
process.
of mentors also here. If you want to share the challenges that you face, I think that would be really nice.
I would like to add on, I'm a facilitator at Agile Shala. The most difficult part for us is to keep quiet when students are exploring. They'll be exploring, they end up in some confusion, or they'll be exploring something, they want some word that is they know, but like yeah. One of them was explaining about the phenomena week last week's phenomena week 2 weeks back. Then they had to clean coins. So they were trying all sorts of chemicals that were available for them. It is very difficult to say, no, try this, it will work for you. We have that answer in our mouth, but we should stay quiet. It is time for the student to explore and find the answer. So that is the most difficult part of being a mentor.
I can understand. It's so difficult for us to keep quiet and just let them do whatever they need to
because
do.
that is the time when student actually explores and gets his
or are answered by our own, and that is the eureka moment for them. So we have experienced a lot of things like that. It was wonderful working in Agile Shala. Not working, to be a part of learning process. Yes.
Yeah, I can understand. Everyone there must be in that on the learning journey.
Yes.
We all come out, we would have planned the learning, but when we come out of the session, all of us would have learned. You know, something the child questions and it's like it puts us back into the learning process. So I think that keeps us motivated. But children have, I think the motivation is from the children. Small wins that they have. And those moments, like Sindhu was telling, the eureka moments, these moments keep us going. They come up with such beautiful open house presentations that we sit back and think, okay, if I had trained them or if we had asked them to give mock presentations and all that, would they have been so creative? Because they show us that, I did better than what you expected. Every time they tell us that you underestimate us. They give that strong message. Every work they do, they're like, oh, we underestimated them. They were more capable. I think that has made us more humble, I think,
And yet they keep it so simple that they take us along with them. They don't, openly say that, we did this. I think that's the beauty of the entire process, where they're not even aware what they're up to, what they're causing. It's just the creation, and they takes us all along with them. That's the journey. That's the actual journey which all of us are experiencing.
Actually, Advika's video, I cut it short. She had told at the end that last year she had not done any of her assignments well. But this year, when she started working with Pomodoros and she found the way with it, she has done a miraculous thing that she has finished all the work in the before the deadline. And in that, she has appreciated herself. That is what I loved about that video, that she complimented herself in that video that she had achieved it. I think that was beauty of it, but because of the time constraint, I had to, cut short that video. But those are I think, the small wins which matter, which will have a huge impact. That helps the children and us to relook at the whole process.
So if there are no other questions from anyone, then I would like to just thank you all for this wonderful presentation. I'm sure some of it was eye-openers for people who are listening. And also I would like to invite you all to our next ETST workshop, which we are having from the 25th to 29th of October at Panchgani. Ninad, you can send them our poster, the flyer, and the website link, etc. So that it would be wonderful to have you and maybe some of your students as well, because this time we are inviting all educators, parents, and students between the ages of 14 and 18. So, so do think about it. You can browse our website, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to Ninad or me, and we'd love to have you there.
Thank you. We would love to be there. We'll definitely follow up with you.
Yeah. So I think Ninad has put the link, web link of the program. You can register there. And like I said, if you need any information about it, you can reach out to either of us.
Definitely. Thank you so much. So, concluding, I would just like to thank the whole team of facilitators we have. We have facilitators sitting in Chandigarh to Chennai. One of them has traveled to Canada right now, but the learning is seamless and borderless and it's working well. So I would like to thank all the 14 people on our team who are behind us, behind the scenes, working in making this dream a reality. So I would like to thank all of them on behalf of.
And thank you, all the students and the facilitators and your founders and you and everybody here for having made this possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Good evening.